Hello everyone, it's Sal, Stretford Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing fine. Thank you so much for joining me on this Thursday afternoon, guys. Really good to see you guys in the house. Of course, guys, please, before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you guys can do that for me. Let me set myself up. Let me get myself a little bit smarter. And please don't forget to smash a like just for that, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Very, very important that you do that for me, guys. Absolutely helps the algorithms and all that. But thank you so much for joining me. Now, let's get straight into it, guys. Of course, lots of news going around Manchester United in regards to Sesko, in regards to the striker, in regards to the goalkeeper. What's going on with Manchester United at the moment in regards to a midfielder, a goalkeeper? Now, news circulating around Manchester United, we have got all three positions covered. The striker, the midfielder, and the goalkeeper, guys. Who are they? I hear you ask, guys. I'm going to get straight into that very, very quickly, guys. Of course, guys. So let's first talk about the goalkeeper situation. There are rumors circulating, especially in Italy. As you know, I've got a few guys in Italy that do a bit of work for me, that Donnarumma, as I said a few days ago, could quite possibly enter negotiations with Manchester United. Manchester United have approached PSG in regards to acquiring Donnarumma and has spoken to his entourage in regards to trying to persuade him to come to Manchester United. Because, of course, we have to persuade him to come to Manchester United. He's at PSG, they're European champions, etc., etc. But it has been highlighted that Donnarumma wants to leave France and wants a new challenge. Maybe the Premier League might be that challenge for him. Manchester United are entering in initial stages in regards to talks with his people. So let's hope that Manchester United can strike up something there. In my opinion, the best goalkeeper in the world. And if Man United manage to pull that off, it will make a significant difference to our team at the end of the day. Obviously, this all hinges on Onana. Onana, of course, is obviously a first-team goalkeeper on a lot of wages. He's worth a lot of money. So Ineos won't let Onana just sit on the bench to rot. Unfortunately, we have to find a buyer for Onana, or we have to get a loan deal for Onana, obviously with the wages paid, etc., etc. So it's not a be-all and end-all. It's not a given that Man United could sign an experienced goalkeeper like Donnarumma or even Emi Martinez. But what is becoming abundantly clear, and other outlets are reporting it as well. We reported it a couple of days ago. Man United are in for Donnarumma and are very, very interested in bringing the player to Old Trafford, of course. But you know what I would say in regards to this? Right now, when you think about Donnarumma, and a lot of people are saying it as well, why would he come to Man United? What's the reason he come to Man United? What's there to Man United? Blah, blah, blah. All that nonsense. You never know in football, guys. You never know. Some people just want to bring Man United back to where we belong. Some people feel like they want to be the guy to bring us back to where we belong. So it's not a be-all and end-all that, you know what, a player like Donnarumma, you know what, will reject Manchester United. But Manchester United have entered initial stages in regards to talks with the player's agent and with obviously PSG, of course. So hopefully the Manchester United get something done. That would be absolutely phenomenal if we did. Now, Donnarumma, his contract expires in 2026. 74 caps already. Only 26 years old, guys. Loads of trophies in the bag as well. An absolute phenomenal goalkeeper. He's like one of the last sort of goalkeepers I look at and I think, you know what? World class. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. And I think this goalkeeper certainly fits that mold, of course, guys. I hope you're all doing well. Really good to see you, of course. Thank you so much. It's been a long, long day, a long night, of course. Man United playing last night, early hours of the morning. Some of us were up very early watching the game, of course, guys. Absolutely, it was worth it in the end. Obviously, beating Bournemouth was worth it in the end. Hope you're all doing well, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Bobby. Big up, Bobby. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me today. Big up, Kenny. Arsenal Jabba, Arsenal Raw. Look, at the end of the day, look, I'm going to say something, right? And I think it's a little bit unpopular. It's a little bit unpopular, but I'm going to say it anyway. I believe that Arsenal's problem was not the striker. I think the biggest problem at Arsenal is the mentality of the team, of the manager, of the squad. That's what I think Arsenal's biggest problem is. So, yes, they lost to Tottenham 1-0. Halfway line goal, of course. But what I would say is that obviously it is a friendly. I'm not going to overreact in regards to that. But it doesn't bode well, does it? We had images and videos posted earlier on today about with Gyökeres scoring headers in an open goal. You know what I mean? I'm like, what are these guys trying to do? Oh, I thought we can't score headed goals. Mate, it's an open goal. It's post-match training, pre-match training. My goodness me. Hello, Sal. Great to have you back. Great to have you here, Sal. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you. Big up, Randy. Hope you're well. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're blessed. Sal, if we manage to seal a room of targets, then I will be confident of going into the season opener. I will absolutely be. Man United, if Man United get the striker situation sorted out, we get a goalkeeper sorted out, it will start to look a little bit more positive, you know? And Man United are not only resting on their laurels and not only looking at the likes of Sesko at the moment. Man United are looking to bolster the squad. And by bolstering the squad, they're looking at players such as Nick Woltemade. Nick Woltemade is a striker, attacker, second striker who currently plays for Stuttgart in Germany. He is a 23-year-old striker, 2 caps for Germany. His contract expires in 2028, worth 30 million euros, guys. So not going to break the bank, guys, absolutely. So Man United are looking at players like that. The good thing about Woltemade is that he can play a centre forward, he can play as a second striker, he can play an attacking midfielder as well. So he's got a lot of strings to his bow, especially for the price. 30 million, his clause. And if Man United have openly said that we need to strengthen this squad, I agree with them. I think Man United do need to strengthen this squad. I think after we've got the first team players in, I think Man United should be doing deals like this, should be bringing the likes of Woltemade in, especially if Rasmus Højlund ends up leaving the football club, of course, guys. But Woltemade is another one that Man United have been linked to, and we have been linked to him for a few weeks. Very, very decent player, in my opinion. Only 23 as well. He is quite prolific as well, guys, and versatile, which I like. Newcastle United are facing competition with Manchester United for the signature of Woltemade. That will be the third player, right? Is it the third player that Newcastle United are going to go head-to-head with Manchester United for? Have they not learnt their lesson? Have Newcastle not learnt their lesson? What are they doing? They're doing it again. They're going to go after us again for another player. I don't think you're going to win this one again, Newcastle United. I mean, you may say third time lucky. Not for us. The third time lucky means the treble. So at the end of the day, I don't think you're going to get this one, guys. But Woltemade is basically a lot of interest around him. But guys, rest assured, there are other teams interested in him as well, including FC Bayern Munich. Of course, guys, FC Bayern Munich are still the favourites to sign Woltemade, but Man United have inquired about the player and are very interested in the player, given his value, given his versatility, given he's young as well, and he's a German international, of course. We know that players like Woltemade, they don't generally go to Man United, and players like we don't really have an array of German players who come to Man United. Generally, these type of players go to Bayern Munich, of course. And of course, lo and behold, Bayern Munich are interested in him as well. And that would, for me, if I was a betting man, that would be the most likely scenario for Woltemade, in my opinion. Guys, absolutely. Let me know your thoughts, of course. Hope everyone is doing blessed, of course, guys. Big up, Sal. Also, I watched a lot of Sesko highlights and analysed him so I can see why we are getting him and not Yakiris. I mean, at the end of the day, look, you know what? When I think about Sesko, I think about, you know what, a future. A guy could be playing for Man United for a number of years. I think about that, you know. I honestly think it's a more exciting signing than Ollie Watkins. It's more exciting. I know many people wanted Ollie Watkins, of course. They wanted Ollie Watkins because of his experience, can nurture the players and that. But honest to God, I tell you right now, if someone said to me at the end of last season, we're going to start next season with Cunha, Mbeumo and Sesko, I would have thought, that's not too bad. As I said many times already this last few days, I would have thought that's not too bad. You know, Sesko, Mbeumo and Cunha, that's quite tasty, to be honest. And if Man United managed to improve the squad as well, like a Woltemade, for example, and imagine this, imagine Man United get a goalkeeper. You know, that would be very, very interesting next season, wouldn't it? Because the two biggest problems in the football field would have been fixed. Now, I know a lot of people are going to scream out, what about the midfield? What about the midfield? Ben Jacobs, of course, a friend of the show, has been speaking. And apparently, Baleba, obviously a big fan favourite. A lot of people admire Baleba. I think he's a fantastic player, a generational player. He will be too expensive this summer for Man United to acquire. But Man United could be revisiting this scenario next year, guys. Next year. So Baleba is a no-no at the moment for Manchester United, given the price tag. Obviously, be working with Brighton, Premier League. The price is going to be astronomical. So Man United will unlikely to do a deal for Baleba this summer, of course, guys. As much as many of us would love to have Baleba in the football team, I don't think Baleba will be coming to Manchester United this summer. Now, obviously, when we get Sesko through the door, Sesko was signed for Manchester United very late, of course, by the time the deal was done, by the time the medical's done, etc., it would already be the Arsenal game. The Arsenal game would have already appeared. I would say that at the end there. So, I don't think Man United are going to do much business. I think the goalkeeper situation could be resolved pretty quickly. And then we can obviously sort out the midfield if we got a chance to do that. But that does obviously also hinge on players leaving the club as well. Players do need to leave the club as well. So, look, you know what? I wouldn't rule out a Baleba, but it is highly unlikely, as Ben Jacobs said today. It's very unlikely that Man United will be making a move for Baleba, given the price tag. And it could be revisited next summer. So watch this space, guys. If he has a good season this season again, he might be coming to Man United this season. And as we know, in football can change. Football changes week to week, season to season. Look at Ferguson, for example. Ferguson, who was deemed the next Wayne Rooney of Brighton. And then, he had that very good breakthrough season and then absolutely disappeared, didn't he? Sal, I can't even begin to express my joy I would feel if we managed to sign Donnarumma, get the lad to Old Trafford. I mean, at the end of the day, there is no impossibilities in football that this could happen. Donnarumma could sign for Manchester United, and I did mention it a few days ago, and I got complete shutdown. People are laughing at me. Why would he come to Man United? People who have to ask that question don't understand Manchester United, don't understand who we are, our legacy, our history. I didn't sign for Man United because we were in the Champions League or because we're successful, because we weren't at the time. We were known as a cup team. We hadn't won the league in 20, 30 years. And you know what? When I started supporting the football club, I supported the football club because of the history of the football club, because of the legacy of the football club. That's why I started supporting the football club, So if people have to ask that question, why would he sign for Man United? I think they need to reevaluate themselves. There are some players, I know that, will sign for Man United, will sign for another club, for example, because of Champions League, because of money, for example. But there are those players, i.e. Mbeumo, Cunha, of course, Sesko, who would love to sign for Man United because we're Man United at the end of the day. There are many players out there who would love to bring Man United back to the Promised Land, love to get Man United back to where we rightfully belong as well. Big up Blazing. What's going on, Blazing Zal? Good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. Long time no speak. I hope you're blessed, my friend. I hope you're good. Stephen, Glazers out in your side every single day, my guy. I hope you're doing well. Of course, big up Ahmed. How you doing, fella? I hope you're doing well. Donnarumma would be a fantastic signing. Now, look, there are rumors coming out. Donnarumma, isn't it? I mean, not going to get old. That's why that one's not going to get old. But there are rumors circulating from likes of Sky Sports now that Donnarumma is, gaining interest from Manchester United. So, absolutely great news. Of course, I did mention it a couple of days ago. Bala bing, bala boom. At the end of the day, but it doesn't really matter. All that matters is Manchester United for me at the end of the day. And I would love Man United to sign that goalkeeper. Man United sign that goalkeeper, it would improve us tenfold. It will make us look so much of a more presence of a team at the end of the day, And look, a big shout out to Heaton, who had a fantastic game last night. But obviously, it is a friendly, and we can't read too much into that. We're not going to flip-flop from that. Do you know what I mean? Because some people think when it suits them, it's only a friendly. When it suits them, it's a serious game and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Stephen, top three this season: Liverpool, Chelsea, City, or 1-1-5 FC. Look, I hope not, Stephen. I really hope that something amazing happens, Stephen. I really do hope that something miraculous happens. And not because of the Glazers, not because of Ineos, but because of Ruben Amorim. I want him to do something this season. I have got this sneaky feeling that we might do something next season. I don't know what's coming over me. I might be delusional, but you know what? I just got this feeling, mate, that something will happen next season. And look, guys, I probably feel like this every single summer. I probably feel like this every time the new season comes along, especially recent memory. But you know what? I have got this feeling that Man United are going to surprise a few people next season. They're not going to go overboard, say we're going to challenge for the league. I'm not going to do a Luke Shaw, even though I don't think what Luke Shaw said was wrong. I think you should aim for the stars, really. But you know what? I think Man United will shock a lot of people next season. The United Terrace. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. We'll soon invite you to our platforms. Pick up the United Terrace. Hope you're doing well. Anytime you need me, I'm about, my friend. I'm about. No problem at all, my guy. I'm here, as usual. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well, all you guys down there. Big up, glory, glory, Man United. Unity is power, my friend. Raya got lobbed like a Nana. Do you remember when the Nana? That was a Nana's first game, wasn't it? Wasn't it his first game? Remember that? Jamie. Donnarumma news legit out. Look, Jamie, what I would say, Jamie, look, no one knows the ins and outs of the deal. And if anyone tells you the ins and outs, they are lying. But Manchester United do inquire. Man United do have people on speed dial in regards to certain players, in regards to agents and stuff like that, and certainly in regards to PSG. Now, Man United could quite have what I'm hearing, have inquired about Donnarumma. We haven't put a bid in for Donnarumma. That is not true. Man United have not put a bid in for Donnarumma, but Man United are linked to him, and Man United are big admirers of Donnarumma. Who wouldn't be a big admirer of Donnarumma at the end of the day? I keep saying his name, Donnarumma. So who wouldn't be a big admirer of Donnarumma? So it's quite obvious that Man United are interested in Donnarumma, and we have been for a while, to be honest with you. Man United first had links to him a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, before he went to PSG. There was big links about him, of course, guys, when he was playing at AC Milan all those years ago. So Man United is still interested in him. Whether we make a move or not is another story. It does depend on Onana, as I said. Onana is the one digging his heels in at the moment and wants to prove himself. Well, prove himself. He's old enough now. He don't need to prove himself. He is what he is right now. I don't think he's going to improve. But it is down to Onana. Man United will not keep 2 number 1s on the bench because obviously Man United, the Ineos, etc., see players as assets and not actually human beings and footballers anymore. This is football these days, isn't it? At the end of the day, guys, absolutely. Big up, my friend. What's going on? Which London-based team does this guy really support? Which London-based team does this guy really support? I support Manchester United, mate. I'm from London. Doesn't mean that I can't support another club. So, this dinosaur attitude, this dinosaur attitude that you have, that backwards attitude that you have, the dinosaur thing, the fact that no manager, no players, no board of directors come from the country or the town, in fact, that you want players and managers and how would you say it? CEOs and stuff to come from. Just because you want them to come from the place doesn't mean it's going to happen, mate. Look, at the end of the day, football is a universal game now. It's a universal game. I'm thinking of getting referees from different countries. Every single person in this stream and around the world has a right to support Manchester United, right? We won a treble, right? And not one of those players had a Manc accent, mate. You know what I mean? So what I would say to you, right, is cut out the bullshit, cut out the dinosaur stuff, mate. It doesn't really work, of course. Absolutely. Big up, Jacob. Hope you're doing well. They say GTSU. Big up, my friend Jacob. Hope you're doing well. Chat, conflicted. Have we made contact with Donnarumma? We've made contact, Jamie. Man United have made contact. Man United made Donnarumma and his entourage aware of their interest. But obviously, Jamie, there will be a lot of teams who are interested in Donnarumma. And that is just the way it is. Unfortunately, a very good goalkeeper. Of course, guys. Newcastle. What's going on with Newcastle? Hold on. Newcastle in the mud. Absolutely, Bobby. No one's talking about Newcastle, though. Everyone wants to concentrate on Man United for some weird reason. Hey, Kenny, Van. Big up everyone. Big up everyone, of course, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Ahmed, what do you make of the news? Hoyland wants to stay and fight for his place. I heard that. I did hear that. At the end of the day, it does, what I would say is that I know he's going to want to stay. Of course, he's going to want to stay. And if he wants to fight for his place, then let him fight for his place. At the end of the day, we can't force him out of the football club. If he believes that he can improve as a player, and if he believes that he can score goals for Manchester United, fair play to him. Go and do it, mate. Prove it. Prove it's in the pudding at the end of the day. If we bring in a player like Sesko, it might stifle Hoyland or it could inspire Hoyland. It could be two things that happen here, of course. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And, if he wants to fight for his place, great. We need a squad, at the end of the day. We waited 2 years to sign him because he wanted him to develop. It's obvious. Big up, Jamie. Absolutely. Big up. Stephanie, big up yourself. Hope you're doing well, Steph. Hope you're blessed. Good to see you again. The legend of Stretford Post, of course. Please, is Sesko coming already, Mr. Sal? Look, Sesko is going to happen. I said it with Mbuma. I believe that Sesko's going to happen. The noises around are going to happen, of course, my friend, guys. Look, let's go after this guy, right? Rocking a pain in the neck, whatever his name is. Come on now. Who's this guy really for? Chelsea, Arsenal, Millwall, Palace, West Ham. No, mate. I support Manchester United. Right? You don't know my background, fella. You don't know where I've been. You don't know where my family are from. You don't know nothing about me, mate. What my life is, who I am at the end of the day, mate. You're on the Manchester United stream. We are Manchester United supporters. Manchester United are a global institution, a global football club, mate. A club that is supported around the world these days. I know you should probably support Nuneaton Borough, and you have all your little self-righteous people in the Nuneaton Borough telling us how you should be from Nuneaton and all that business, all that rubbish stuff. Guys, this is not the 1930s. Do you know what I mean? The greatest players, the greatest managers, Sir Matt Busby, all these people did not come from Manchester, mate. George Best did not come from Manchester, mate. Sir Bobby Charlton, you want to keep going on. David Beckham was from Leytonstone. That's where I'm from, by the way. Leytonstone, like me, set Man United on the treble with assists. So at the end of the day, cut the ball. But you know what? It's fine because you're going to get scored every day. Good afternoon, Bello. Big up yourself. Absolutely, big up yourself, of course. Big up, Jay. Big up, Jacob. Hope you're well. Big up, my friend. Big up. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're well. Hope you're blessed. Of course, guys. Good to see you all. Of course, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Of course, guys. Let me just write this. 1 second. 1 second, guys. Grayo. Oh, you blocked him. Nice one, fella. Nice one. It's all right, mate. Nice one, fella. Thanks, man. Thanks. No, cheers, brother. Cheers, man. Cheers. You see this, right? Talk crap, get banged, right? You know that saying, talk crap, get banged. That was Grayo. Big up Grayo, by the way. Much love to Grayo. There you go. Knowing me, knowing you. Aha. There you go. You see what it is, right, guys? So, people don't understand football these days, right? People don't understand that football is a universal game, that we don't choose who we support. The club chooses us. The club chooses us at the end of the day. And Manchester's literally flipping a couple of hours on a train away. It's ridiculous. Jacob, hello. Big up, brother. Big up, Jacob. Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you, of course. Big up yourself. Evening, Phase 7 has lost Thomas Franks, but Netflix Series 7. We're going after Netflix Series 7, of course. It's coming home. Absolutely. Jacob, hello, Kenny Fanti. Big up, everyone. Big up. Much love to you guys. Absolutely. Early live. Thank you so much, guys. Please don't forget to smash a like. Really, really important, of course. Guys, Jamie, I've actually changed my mind. I'm looking forward to next season. And what the fuck's happened to me? Jamie, I love a positive Jamie at the end of the day. We do love a positive Jamie. But you know what? There's nothing wrong in being a little bit pessimistic sometimes and being realistic in a way you feel. Because that's how you feel. And we have every right to feel like you feel like sometimes, Jamie, at the end of the day. Because this club has not given us any evidence to suggest that we should be positive. Now, yesterday was lovely. Yesterday was a nice win. Winning, even though it's a friendly, winning 4-1 against Bournemouth is no mean feat. It was a good performance. I know we can't take too much out of it. It was a friendly, but we have to look at that and think, yeah, that wasn't too bad, was it, at the end of the day? It was all right, and we have to have a little bit of positivity. Absolutely, guys, absolutely. We are still Manchester United Football Club, one of the biggest clubs in the world. Donnarumma would be a massive upgrade. Absolutely, man. It'd be a huge upgrade. Absolutely. Grayo, please, everyone, smash the like button and subscribe buttons and your appreciated Sal. Brilliant channel. Thank you so much, Grayo. Big up yourself, my friend. Big up yourself. I can't believe we signed Cunha and Bema. Big signings, mate. Big signings. Underrated as well. And it's going to be underrated. Absolutely. A big up, everyone, of course. Played well without them both last night, to be honest. Can't wait until they both start. Can't wait, Jamie. Me neither, of course. Hope that is what kills you. I agree, Ahmed. We every single summer, we got the hope. We always have the hope. We have to have the hope as Manchester United fans. But you know what? When the season starts, that hope probably be dragged away from us, you know what I mean, right under our feet. But you know what? If we go into that first game of the season against Arsenal, we win against Arsenal, I mean, you never know what can happen, guys. The positivity is going to start growing as well, isn't it? Knowing we might beat Arsenal and lose to Fulham, but you know what? Hopefully not. Big up, Coco. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up yourself. Hope you're blessed, of course. Big up, Kazi. What's going on, Kazi? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you back, my guy. Hope you're well, of course. Absolutely. Good to see it. Okay. Sal, so sad to see that YouTubers have hijacked your channel to boost their subscribers. We know who they are, so don't give them the satisfaction of mentioning them. You're the best, bro. Thank you so much, Grayo. Really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. I mean, there's a lot of people who do that. Unfortunately, I ain't got time to do that myself, Grayo. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I just concentrate on our community and our people, of course, guys. And we carry on growing as time goes on, of course, guys. People haven't, and then they lack originality. People who lack originality are basically people who, let me just say it like this. I get stuck in my words here. When you don't have originality, you want to steal originality. You want to steal. You think you can replicate it. let me get those subscribers because all this and that. But you can't. You can't replicate Stretford Post. You can't replicate it, mate. You could sit there, and there's many people out there who pretend to be Man United fans, who pretend to be Man United content creators and that. There's many people out there who want to pretend to be Man United content creators, Man United content creators, and want to think that they are just as extravagant, just as, at the end of the day, you are not Stretford Post, and you will never be Stretford Post. Stretford Post will grow and will continue to grow humbly with this great community, of course, guys. And, people want to come here and cause havoc and cause riots and things like that. They can try it. It's never going to happen, of course. Big up, Kenny. Kenny, not going to get giddy, but one game. Why not potential title change? It's going to get a title charge. We're going to get a title charge, Kenny. Absolutely. Big up, Graham. Thank you for the love, my guy. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. As usual, the generosity from Graham is absolutely unbelievable. Thank you so much. And everyone who supports the channel, you're absolute legend, Graham. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you very, very much. You are so blessed, my guy. Thank you. I don't care where you are, where you live. You bleed red. You're one of us. Big up, Jamie. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, at the end of the day, look, people who talk naively, ignorantly about me, where I'm from, they don't know my background to Manchester. They don't know I'm more, what I've done in Manchester, who I am in Manchester. They would never know that, unfortunately. They just jump to conclusions because I'm born in London. And that's what it is at the end of the day, you know what I mean? But let them say what they want to say at the end of the day. This channel will continue to thrive as the best Manchester United channel, of course, guys. Good afternoon, sir. I'm happy for the 2 friendly games we have played. At least the coach is putting the team together. I saw some good passes from the team. And when we signed a striker, goalkeeper, top 4. Come on, Saviour. Love it, my friend. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well, of course. Hope you're doing well, guys. Yeah. Even a mark again. Hope you're doing well, guys. It's really peak today. It's peak today. We had the game this morning. We had Breaking Dawn this morning, and now we got Chatterbox, guys. We are working overtime, guys. We are working overtime, trying to get that Manchester United news to you guys. Of course, guys. That is what it's all about. Getting that news first, of course. Absolutely, absolutely. Jamie, some people won't get it. They don't get it, mate, because they live in the past. At the end of the day, they live in the past. They're dinosaurs. They don't really get it. They don't. And unfortunately, they won't get what Manchester United is. They won't get the legacy of Man United. Maybe I should take them on the tour and school them a little bit of knowledge. Maybe that will happen, of course. Absolutely. Some of the greatest players who play for Man United have been Cockney, by the way. If Rasmus stays, does that mean we can't bring Sesko, mate? No, Blazing. Sesko's signing anyway. It's not absolute in regards to if Rasmus stays, Sesko doesn't come. Sesko's coming to Manchester United. You could bet your bottom dollar he'll be coming to Man United. In my opinion, things are looking pretty positive around Sesko at the moment. So Sesko signs. If Rasmus doesn't leave, he will play second fiddle to Sesko. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. I think they can work off each other. They can nurture each other and things like that. I think that would be an absolutely good thing, of course. No need to spam comments. Big up, my friend Stephanie. Big up, of course, and everyone in the chat. Big up, Kazi, my friend, of course. Absolutely. Win is a win in the EPL. Absolutely, fan. Look, one thing I care about, fan, the biggest thing I care about is a win against Arsenal. A win against Arsenal in the first game of the season. That's all I care about. And that is a win for me. By hook or by crook. To be honest, players like Dorgu and others are showing me something. I believe in some of them. Of course, Jamie, it's not all perfect. But as I explained earlier on and yesterday as well, that you don't have to have a perfect, every single player doesn't have to be perfect for you to be a great football team. Man United over the years, over the past, in the 90s and stuff, never necessarily had the best individual players. There were players better than them around Europe, in particular, especially in those times. But what we had, which was more than anyone else, is that we had a great team. And you never know. When you have a great team, great things happen at the end of the day. I still need Carlos Baleba. I think a lot of people need Carlos Baleba at the moment. Of course, Ben Jacobs has been speaking about Carlos Baleba, and it does look like that Man United won't be making a move for Carlos Baleba, according to Ben Jacobs, this summer due to his price. Obviously, Brighton are going to put an astronomical amount of money on his head, of course, because they know what they're doing. They're very good at it, of course. 1-0 roll on Everton, 3 in a row. Come on, Stephanie. Yep, I will be live for that one. That one is a 1 o'clock kickoff. Has Alexander Isak decided yet, Sal? No. Alexander Isak wants to go to Liverpool, Jacob. Bet your bottom dollar. I would bet that Alexander Isak will sign for Liverpool this summer, because when a player openly wants to leave, it's very unlikely that they stay. It doesn't make business sense. It doesn't make sense on the pitch and off the pitch in regards to keeping a player that's unhappy. So just like I said with Mbeumo, I said exactly the same thing. When a player wants to leave, he will get his move, because at the end of the day, they have to get rid of him and have to bring in a player. Now, Newcastle are having an absolute stinker of a window at the moment, and Man United have absolutely annihilated them, to be honest with you, this summer. Arsenal lost 1-0. Yeah, 1-0 from the halfway line. And Arsenal are no strangers to halfway line goals, by the way. Do you remember Naeem from the halfway line? If you know, you know. Who remembers Naeem for the halfway line and the song? Naeem from the halfway line. Naeem from the halfway line. If you get that, you are elite, guys. If you know where that came from, Naeem from the halfway line. No Google. Look it up. Jamie. Dorgu was so impressive last night. I like this player. I do as well. I've done for a very long time as well. Man United can win. Yeah, of course we can. We beat them with 10 men at the Emirates last season in the FA Cup. Remember that? Absolutely. Neil, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well, man. Long time, ladies there. Big up, Neil. Good to see you again. Long time no see, my guy. Hope you're doing blessed, my friend. Good to see you. Of course, if we are set up right against Arsenal, we have a chance. Oh, yeah, we have a chance. I mean, can you imagine Old Trafford, right? And Mbeumo, Cunha, Sesko up front. First game of the season. The crowd is buzzing. Can you imagine the energy at Old Trafford in that first game of the season? I think it's going to be a good win, guys. Spurs beat Arsenal 1-0 in a friendly, yes, Mark. And that was like a halfway line goal from Saar. Absolutely fantastic goal. Jokeres did play, got rated 6 in the game. Absolute stinker. Of course. Jamie, not saying we'll win, but we ain't underdogs. No, we're not underdogs, mate. Man United will never be underdogs. Man United will never be underdogs at Old Trafford. As long as we're Man United, we'll never be Arsenal at Old Trafford. Arsenal 6 Spurs. Wow, Jokeres scored 6. Oh, yeah, of course he did. Oh, there's pigs flying. Oi, there you go. There's pigs flying. How you, G? As you know, your mandatory followers, man. Big up, Neil. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for coming back, my friend. Hope you're blessed. Big up, Darren, of course. Stephanie. Got to go. Keep liking and positive commenting. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Absolute diamond. Thank you very much for your support, as usual. Outie Behind It is going to move out or not. What I would say about this APN in regards to the goalkeeper situation, don't be surprised if Man United do moves for the goalkeepers in and out in August, at the end of August. So it could be the last signing that we make. It could be like right at the end of the transfer window. It could even be when the season's already started. The transfer window ends on the 1st of September, I believe. So Man United have a game against Arsenal, I believe a game against Fulham as well before that. So don't be surprised if we make a move for a goalkeeper in and out at the end of the window. But as we know, with this transfer window, anything can change day by day, of course, week by week. Well played, Grail. Well, I agree with you, Sal. It's the #1 guy. Sal, ignore the people hijacking you and your channel. Man United channel amazing. Sal is brilliant. Stretford Post. Thank you so much, Jacob. You absolute legend. So are you, mate. Thank you very much. You absolute legend. Chatterbox is one of the best incredible live I've ever seen. Thank you, Jacob. You are a blessed guy, my friend, and you are a fantastic person for saying that. Absolute generosity. See, it's nice to be nice, isn't it? It's nice. It feels good, doesn't it? You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Thank you so much, Jacob. You're absolute legend, of course. Haters will hate. Hate gonna hate at the end of the day. Not one negative comment from me. Check the chat. Never been a negative comment from you, Jacob. Jamie, look, we may not agree on everything. Life's not about agreeing with everything with each other, but we like each other. We're part of this great community, of course, and we debate it and we talk about it because ultimately what we all want is a successful Manchester United. Ultimately, that is what we want at the end of the day. Good afternoon, Mr. British Bulldog. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Most of the lads commenting on these massive fan channels don't even watch the games. I constantly tell them that they out there are here arguing in the masses, but game day, no, they are there watching. Most of these lads commenting on these massive, yeah, no. Let them talk, mate. At the end of the day, talk is cheap. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? They're just very angry, bitter people, of course. Absolutely, guys, absolutely. Jacob, I know, big up everyone, of course. You're used to me being negative. I don't see the point anymore. Jamie, look, I feel you though, Jamie. I do understand your pain. That's the thing. That's the difference here, because you're negative in a way that for Manchester United, in a way that you want Man United to do well. And that's perfectly understandable, because you want Man United to do well. And you don't want to see what happened last season, the absolute shit show what happened last season. Of course, absolutely. Sesko 21 is coming. Come on, first creator. I hope you're doing well. Thank you. I hope so, my friend. I really do. Hope so, of course. You're the best. Continue doing as Man United fans. We know people from Zambia like you. 2 or 3 more signings and the team will be flying. Come on, my guy. Saviour, I love the comment. I love the positive comments, my friend. Love it. Let's keep it going. Absolutely. Look, you never know what's going to happen, Saviour. And one thing I would say about this Man United fan base, these Man United fan base, especially our community here, we deserve success. We deserve a major trophy. We at least deserve to be challenging for something major next season. I really hope we do, of course. The Sporting game when Ugarte lobbed him in the Europa, I mean, not that game. It's way. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Actually, I remember that in the Europa League game when Sporting Lisbon won on penalties. I remember that. Yeah, absolutely, Jamie. But you know what? I'm talking about way back. I'm talking about the 90s way back. You know, Arsenal are no stranger to lobs. They're no stranger to lobs. That's what I would say at the end of the day. Have any signings happened yet for Wisa and Mbeumo? Where is he going? Nothing's going to happen with Wisa at the moment, because Brentford are not going to sell Wisa. As far as I'm aware, Brentford do not want to lose Mbeumo and Wisa. Of course, it will actually destroy their football team, and they would risk getting relegated, of course, having lost their manager already as well. In regards to Mbeumo, where is he going? And Mbeumo, where is he going? Mbeumo plays for Man United, Jacob. Mark, Isaac is not the Messiah. He is a very naughty boy. Ooh, naughty boy. Matron. There we go. Big up, Mark. Thank you for joining me, Mark. You are dedicated today, Mark. Big up yourself. Who is going to that match? Boo your carers. I think there will be boos. I think. You know what I want to get to? I want to get to the point where we don't even need to boo, because we're winning 3-0. Absolutely. Austin, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. If Isaac goes to Liverpool, Newcastle will buy Garnacho for 50 million. That is quite possible. That is quite possible. But it's not really like for like, though, is it? Newcastle were like a striker coming in. It's not really like for like, but it's an interesting one. I'm hearing rumors about Gonzalo Ramos going to Newcastle as well. News about Gonzalo Ramos being linked with Newcastle. I mean, for some quarters as well. But you know what? You never know. As long as we get Sesko through the door. No, I'm done being negative. It ruins my personality. Big up. Be yourself, Jamie. That's all I would say. Just be yourself, my friend. I can't believe we're in August tomorrow. I'm mad, isn't it? Absolutely. It's mad. Time flies, guys. Have you noticed how fast July has gone? How fast July has gone? It just seems like yesterday it was June the 31st. Now tomorrow it's August. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Jamie. But me writing like a lunatic, so I choose nothing, mate. The people in the chat are right. I agree with you. All right, mate. As long as you improve for the better. Much love to you, brother. Absolutely. Whatever you like. American fans waking up 3 a.m. to watch the last game was rough, I know, for a few. I'm in the UAE at the moment, Neil. I woke up at 4 a.m. To watch the game. It was a tough one, and it's going to be tough against Everton as well, because that kicks off at 1. I was doing this all season last season when the games were kicking off at 8 p.m. UK time. That would be like, what is it, in England, when it's the winter, 1 a.m., UAE time. So at the end of the day, we were doing it all season last season. It was a struggle, to be honest. It was a right slog, of course. Absolutely. Big up, Ilton Mia. What's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. I just want to know, do you think your Garnacho is going? Yes. Ilton Mia. I think Garnacho will leave the football club. The fact that Garnacho is not even on tour is very telling for me. It does suggest a lot, because usually he would at least be there, and him not being on tour, as well as Sancho not being on tour, I can envision them going this summer. It's very unlikely that they'll be staying at Man United. It's not only about the footballer, it's about the influence within the squad. Ruben Amorim has openly said that he doesn't want any bad influences in this squad. He doesn't want any toxicity in this squad anymore. So any bad apple he's going to get rid of. Now, people know me. They know I'm a big fan of Garnacho. I really like Garnacho. Obviously, when your ego gets in front of everything, in front of your own football team, regardless how good or bad the football team is, you don't really need that, because it doesn't help anyone. And after the Europa League final, him making that comment and not even acknowledging it and apologizing, you know what, it really hit home for me, to be honest with you. Because if he said that comment to ESPN of all people, if he said that comment and then turned around and said, you know what, I was passionate, I'm upset we lost, and I apologize, I respect my teammates, it would have been all right. But he didn't, did he? You know, and there was just sad, really. A sad end to a very good player, of course. 80K fans will give him hell. Come on, Jamie. Absolutely. Do you think Mbeumo should have stayed at Brentford, or could United be the team for himself? Mbeumo will be a Manchester United great, mate. He will have an absolutely fantastic season next season. You will see it, Jacob. You will see it next season. He will be on fire next season, guys. I'm telling you right now. I'm predicting that Cunha and Mbeumo are going to have an absolutely picture book season, guys. I really do feel that. I really do. Maybe I'm delusional, but you never know. I hope Garnacho goes to Newcastle over Chelsea. Can't do with Chelsea. They're showing ruthlessness. They're showing, but you know what Chelsea are doing, Neil, is that Chelsea are throwing everything against the wall and hoping something sticks. I personally think that Chelsea are going overboard. They're signing certain players. But when you think about it, João Pedro and things like that, these are good players. But I think Mbeumo and Cunha are better. You know, obviously, they're going to have a big squad. Signing Garnacho, though, if Chelsea want Garnacho, if Chelsea or Newcastle, in fact, want Garnacho, they're going to have to pay for him. I don't think Man United should be going out valuing Garnacho at 40, 45 million when Gittins is going for 55 million. You know, I don't think that is right, to be honest with you. You know, I don't think that is right. And I look at it and I think Garnacho should be 60, 70 million at least. And if they can pay that money, then whatever, isn't it? But I would much prefer him to go to Europe. But it looks like he wants to stay in England. Probably wants to prove his point, maybe. I don't know. Absolutely. Why didn't he do it at Man United? Welcome to the jungle, yeah, Carers. Welcome to hell. When you step out Old Trafford, remember what you said no to. Let him say no to Man United, because at the end of the day, no matter what Man United comes out, whether it's 1974 Man United, 1999 Man United, we will always be bigger than Arsenal, no matter what. Right? We will always be bigger than Arsenal. We will always have more fans than Arsenal. We will always be more successful than Arsenal at the end of the day. And he made him a choice. Oh my goodness me, Garnacho going to Arsenal. Goodness me, Jacob. No way. You never know, though. You never know. I'm not going to say no way. Me too. It's unfortunate. Greenwood desk. Absolutely. Big up, Neil. I am from Mauritius. 5:30 a.m. Big up my friend, and big up the beautiful Mauritius, of course. Hopefully, I'll go there one day. Mark, Newcastle wingers Harvey Barnes, Gordon, Alenga, and Murphy. If they add Chelsea's Jackson, that would be a very speedy attack. It would be speedy. It would be speedy. Would it be technically brilliant though? Would it be? Would it be technically brilliant? Harvey Barnes, Alenga, very pace merchants. But if you're a good defender, you should be able to defend against it, in my humblest opinions, of course. Big up, Miles, a legend. What's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. Just needs time. He's got a lot of work to do, but let's get in there. God bless you. Always Sal. Peace, bro. Peace to you, Miles. Good to see you again. And thank you for your lovely comment, as usual, my friend. United need to bring Mbeumo cosplay kid to Africa is class. United need to bring that Mbeumo cosplay kid from Africa. I haven't heard of him. What's his name? Big up, Neil. I am from Mauritius. Very hard to watch us at 5:30. I don't watch. I don't from here, but I live in UAE. The game kicked off at 5:30 this morning. For me as well. We got the same time, Mauritius. Earthfan, we got the same time. So it kicked off at the same time. And it was tiring. It was tiring. But you know what? At least what we will say is that Man United made it worth it, didn't they? They made it worth it. They made it worth our time, and they smacked in a few goals, which was good, of course. Absolutely. Facts, we shouldn't be second best at any fucking team. Absolutely. Big up, Jamie. I can't wait till next season. Me too, Bobby. Can't wait till it starts. Do you think Anthony Gordon from Everton to Newcastle was the right move, in my opinion? For him, it was a good move for Anthony Gordon, of course. I like Anthony Gordon. I think he's a very good player, a very old school type of winger, of course, and should have had more England caps, I believe. Absolutely. He does add a lot more balance to the England side and stuff like that. I think it was a good move for him. I think Everton to Newcastle. Is it a step up? Is it a step up? Yeah, it's a step up. Kind of a step up. In recent memory, anyway, it's a step up. But look, at the end of the day, Newcastle are a good team. They've got Gordon, they've got their own players, but they're having a very poor pre-season so far this season. And no one is mentioning about how Newcastle are having such a poor pre-season. No one wants to talk about it. Absolutely. Jamie, Bobby, yeah, never seen you excited for the season. I understand, though. Big up. It's good. I mean, what I want to do, I just want to get all the players together at Man United, get all the players together and start that first game against Arsenal. I want to know where we stand. I want to know where we are, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. And I want to enter that game enthusiastically, happy, excited, you know, whatever, all those lovely, sweet words, of course, guys. That's what I want to do. And hopefully we do. Hopefully we're not going into that game thinking, you know what, we ain't signed a striker, you know, we ain't got a goalkeeper, we've still got the same team. I don't want that to happen next season, but hopefully it doesn't. Neil, Gordon busted at Newcastle, though. He's a decent fit. He's a decent fit at Newcastle. He is. He's a good player. He's a good player. He's a good player, of course. I've known Bobby a long time as well, Sal. We talk off here. Big up Jamie and big up Bobby and big up all you guys. Absolutely. It's great that you know each other. Really good. And this community is great because it's good that you all know each other. And of course, guys, absolutely. Yeah, Jamie Wayne, I really can't wait if we get Sesko a new keeper. Mate, if we get a new keeper and Sesko, you have to say that, you know what, the window's been okay. I'm content with that. You know, and you have to sing praises where you can. Obviously, it's not perfect; it's never going to be perfect, but that would fix a lot of the team, you know. And I would be very excited for that first game against Arsenal. And hopefully, if Sesko signs for Manchester United, hopefully he scores against Arsenal. How sweet would that be? Big up Eddie Howe, who's in hospital a couple of months ago. Speedy recovery. Big up Eddie Howe. I don't think he's in hospital anymore. I think he's all right now, isn't he? Is he all right? But guys, he's one of my best friends. Big up Jamie and big up Bobby. Absolutely. You're welcome on the stream, you guys. Victor O'Carriers, go to Arsenal and go and play Champions League, winner. I mean, for anyone to go to Arsenal and say, I want to go to Arsenal because I dream about winning the Champions League with Arsenal. Can you imagine that? Great Arsenal teams have not won the Champions League. Great Arsenal teams. You're talking about the great Arsenal teams of the past I've seen, and they've not won the Champions League. What makes them think they're going to win the Champions League? Can't even beat Tottenham. We're going to put out a rabbit out of the hat this season like Leicester. Big up. Come on, Randy. I think that as well, Randy. I believe it, mate. Thanks, Jamie, to you, mate. Big up Bobby and big up Jamie, of course. Neil, true that. I hope we pull a rabbit out of the hat. Asna. Absolutely. I really hope we do. For the sake of the fan base, I think this fan deserve it at the end of the day. I think we deserve something positive to happen next season. I have got a very sneaky feeling about next season. I have. And I've had this feeling for a long time that against adversity, Man United are going to do well. Now, I'm seeing people, certain content creators out there already piling on Ruben Amorim, talking about Thomas Frank. Oh, look at the way Thomas Frank plays football when he was just playing counter-attacking football. None of them were mentioned about the way Man United played last night because it doesn't fit their narrative and it doesn't fit their views on the manager. They're already going into the season in a negative light, unfortunately. There are people going into the season in a negative light, sadly. You know, I don't know how you can support a football team and it's the start of the new season. We won 4-1 last night and people just want to talk about how Thomas Frank is this and Thomas Frank is that. Thomas Frank would sink at Man United. He would sink at Man United. Ruben Amorim is 10 times the manager Thomas Frank is. But you know what? People just want to praise other people because it's not Man United and they want Amorim out, unfortunately. Sad, isn't it? At the end of the day. Sad existence. Neil, Ruben won't make it till Christmas with this fan base. It is what it is. He needs the instant results with this culture. At the end of the day, what I feel, if Ineos want to be taken seriously, they shouldn't be listening to the majority of the fan base. It's a very tough opening 10 games. We know that. Obviously, Chelsea, Man City, we got Liverpool as well in the opening 10 games. Of course, guys, and Arsenal. So it's going to be a difficult one, and it could make or break him. We understand that it can make or break him. But it also could, you know what? If he comes out of that period unscathed, you know, I don't want to be hearing anyone talking about Ruben Amorim's job and stuff like that. Because these people are going to forget the context. They're going to forget the context. If we don't get a goalkeeper, we don't get a striker, people are going to forget the context of what goes on this summer, what happened this summer. They're not going to think about the Glazers and Ineos. They're going to think about the culture at this football club. They'll refuse to do it. Low ball IQ it is for me, in my opinion. Big up, Neil. Arsenal is a cursed team, and any player joining, even though he may be good, ends up failing under the spell. Big up, Goddy Mole. I hope you're doing well. Really good to see you. Well, you know what? I said it earlier on at the top of the show that I don't think Arsenal's biggest problem was the striker. I think Arsenal's problem is this. It's the mentality. I really do. From what I've seen from our manager our past 2 matches, I can definitely see a difference in our play. We just need more consistency. People forget that last season, Ruben Amorim came in January, guys. In January. No preseason, no nothing, none of his players. In fact, players left. Okay? So at the end of the day, you've got Ruben Amorim, and this is his chance to show now. He's got the preseason, and hopefully we start the game well against Arsenal well, of course. Yes, Jamie, true. Big up, Jacob. Those people are not Man United. Big up, Scotch. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. It's so sad, bruv. I hope Ruben makes it. Tired of the United washing machine of rinse and repeat. Neil, the fact of the matter is, we've had every type of manager. We've had the legend. We've had the experienced winner. You know, we've had the dinosaur. We've had the British manager. We've had everything. You know, we had the ex-player. Nothing is going to work until we show a little bit of consistency in regards to backing this manager. We know that Ruben Amorim is a good manager. We know what he can do. He done it in the Champions League, for crying out loud. You know what I mean? And we just need to back this manager. Of course, the first game of the season is going to be very, very important. I can see it right now. If Man United win that game, we might get overly confident. You know, if Man United lose that game, we're going to get overly pessimistic. And that is the way Man United are. That's where the fan base are at the moment. We have to be grounded. We have to make sure we're, be calm a little bit at the end of the day. But hopefully it goes well. Randy, glory, glory, Man United. The Reds keep marching on. Come on, Randy. Hope you're doing well. Good. Love it, my friend. I think the players like Dorgu, Leon, Heaven, Yoro, and Cunha and Boomer and others will play for this guy. Will play for this guy this season. I believe so. And not only that, they will play for this guy. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Jamie, for a number of years to come. I really do hope so. Jacob Dewaga, thank you for agreeing. Big up Jamie. Big up everyone, and big up Grayo and Jacob. Big up everyone. Of course, guys. Man United players is crap. Man United need new player. 2. I need 4 new player in. Fair enough. Grayo, Jacob, Grayo, big up my friend. Big up Grayo. Big up everyone. Grayo's extremely popular, of course. Dalot looks good, to be honest. I forgot to mention him. I won't go that far, Jacob. Now, Jacob, you're going into the overly zealous sort of territory now. You're going completely opposite, mate. Big up, mate. Big up. Absolutely. He lost the final 2. Yeah. So that is the way it is. Who lost the final? Which one? Oh, Ruben Amorim. Yeah. So it's the way it is. You lose finals sometimes. You ain't got your team at the end of the day. You ain't got your team. That's what happens sometimes. If you haven't got your team, you lose sometimes, don't you? Ain't none of his players. Dalot, hell no. Oh, God. Neil, we need a keeper before Arsenal. Otherwise, we need to get heated, and Onana needs to be injured for the rest of the season or benched, along with Dalot. Check how he played for that first goal onside. No VR, luckily. Big up, Neil. Big up, Neil. I hope he does well this season. That's all I say. Want me to be negative again? No, Jamie. We don't want any of that. Because Jamie, you go mad when you go negative, of course. I know what you're like, Jamie. Just fake the injury, save your pride, Phil Jones, then we move you on. Phil Jones has had. Did he get his testimonial? He didn't get his testimonial, did he? He didn't accept the testimonial, did he? At the end of the day, he didn't accept it. Well, fair enough. I mean, he qualified for a testimonial at Man United. Can you believe that? Sal and his channel, big up my friend Jacob, absolute legend. Thank you so much, mate. Absolute legend, guys. Look, you know what? It's got, these preseasons are killer. You know, these American tours, they're absolutely mad, isn't it, at the end of the day? But, you know, what's keeping us going is the transfers. Man United, of course, in for Sesko. Sesko could be a Manchester United player very, very soon. I do feel, however, that this still will drag a little bit on. I think it will. I don't think we're going to have it all our own way. I think it will drag on. I do feel that if something similar than what happened with Mbeumo, what happened with Sesko, not quite as long, of course, but in regards to Sesko agreeing personal terms with Manchester United and obviously waiting to get the deal done, of course, in regards to Manchester United and, of course, RB Leipzig. Great-o. Please smash the like and subscribe button, 37 likes. Pull your bloody fingers out. Come on, guys. There's a lot of people online. Don't forget to smash the like button, guys. Those who have not smashed the like button, what are you doing with yourself? What are you doing with yourself? Come on. I'm probably going to die on the Danot sword. What? Oh, my goodness me. We already did, Jamie, last season when we were conceding goals left, right, and centre, wherever he played, of course. Big up. Heaton is better than Nana. Big flop. Big up, Irfan. I agree, probably. Neil, we need balance. We can't all be calling them out before we need to be realistic. Obviously, you know it, brothers, another level, Sal. But 15th, they say to push for us this year, please and thank you. Know it on another level. Yeah, at the end of the day, mate, we have to be realistic as well, Neil. I agree with that. I think calling the game as it is most really important. Not sugarcoating anything just because you like a certain player. It is very important that we call things as they are. And we always have done, to be fair, on this channel. We have called things as they are. When players make mistakes, we have called things as they are. Being overly zealous, overly positive, is actually more damaging because, you know what I mean, than anything else, because at the end of the day, you become delusional. And the only way to improve in life is to take accountability and to understand where your flaws are, your weaknesses and your strengths. And unfortunately, when people carry on blowing smoke up players' backside, when they don't deserve it, and I would say it, even though I'm being positive, I was embarrassed last season. Man United embarrassed me last season. I would say that. You know, Jamie, I'm just backing the teams out. Yeah, me too, Jamie. I get you, mate. I get you, Jamie. Absolutely. Big up, Jamie. Sesko is coming. Here we go. Come on, mate. Big up. Only 38, guys. Get to 40. Come on, by the end of the show. Where are we now? Only got a few minutes left. Come on, guys. APN, trust the process, Res. Big up, APN. I would like to see Jacob Ramsey move from Aston Villa to Nottingham Forest. Fair play, mate. Random one, but fair play. Neil, oh yes, the possible here we go from Stretford on the Stretford Post. Yeah, no, I've already had a bomber on here already. I've had Mbumo, I called it. Guys, everyone was laughing at me and saying, "Oh no, you don't know nothing, blah blah blah," and stuff like that, you know. And yeah, and lo and behold, it was a here we go. It was you know, I called it. I called it, guys. But yeah, it's not about that. There are some people out there who want to pretend to be journalists and things like that. You know, we all know who they are. Jamie, I need to go. Here we go. It will happen pretty soon, Jamie, I'm sure. And, you know, it will be delightful, of course, guys. It will be delightful. I'm pretty sure that the way things are going, the noises that I'm hearing is very similar to the noises that I heard with Mbumo. Before Mbumo was signing for Man United. It's the same kind of vibe that I'm getting right now. So, no, I don't see any here we goes, cheers. No here we goes, mate. Not yet, mate. I would know about it, Neil. I would get a text, mate. Absolutely. I would know about it. If there was any here we goes, I would know about it, definitely. And if there was any changes in the scenario, definitely, I would. Guys, absolutely. But yeah, look, you know what? It's been a great show. And you know what I would say is that every day can change at this football club. You know what? Tomorrow could be something completely different. We could be linked to someone different. We might even get a Sesko update, of course, guys. So, you know, at the moment, I do believe that the Sesko deal is close. I think it will happen. I believe that Sesko, RB Leipzig and Man United are on a good page at the moment. Unlike Brentford, of course, when we were with them. Big up, Randy. Big up, everyone. Thank you so much, Scotch. Big up yourself. You absolute legend. Thank you, mate. Story. Sesko has been talented for 4 years. About time he fulfilled his promise. But he had what I saw, a pretty poor season last season. Good luck. I wanted Watkins. Big up, Story. So I agree with that, but I agree with the way you say it. It's a very balanced comment. Fair play. What I would say, Story, is that he scored almost 1 in 2. So it's not completely bad. But, you know, I wish him the best of luck next season. And I hope that he goes from strength to strength at Man United. Ciao. Arteta will ruin Goalkeepers. There you go. Absolutely. On that note, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Please don't forget to smash a like on the video as well, you absolute legends. And guys, don't forget to put your notifications on, because if anything happens, I will be going live, guys, as you know, guys. Have a great evening, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. You're welcome. And thank you so much, guys. You absolute legends, because you are the guys. You are the life and soul of the channel. Remember that. And thank you so much for all your support, guys. Thank you. See you soon. See you tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. And nothing else breaks, of course. I'm Sal Warner. This is Chatterbox. Take it easy. Peace.